What's going on, guys? This is XQ420 here. I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of 5 Things That Pissed Me Off Last Week. You know how we do this. You know how I get down when I come around. We look at 5 things last week. They got me a little heated, a little hot under the collar, but it could always be 20, 30, 40 different things. But we got to try to keep this thing under 30 minutes if we can. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, do so right now. You won't regret it. Trust me on this. First thing on the docket, Ghislaine Maxwell tries to get charges dropped by claiming jury is too white. Now, we all know that over the past year, it's all of a sudden become a high sin. You know what I'm saying? High up on. It's almost like what am I trying to say? I can't think of the word right now. I'm gonna think of it in a second. But it's almost like you committed murder when you white right now. Oh, when you white, oh, you might as well just went out there and shot somebody in the face. It's that bad, okay? I mean, it's been that terrible. And what I ain't understood is how white folk been running with it. I mean, they've been like, oh yeah, man, I'm an evil person. I've been evil my whole life when they ain't done nothing to nobody. That's what I ain't figured out. But right here, Ghislaine trying to throw this up, talking about her federal grand jury was too white. And she said the white supremacy is going to cause a little bias in my trial. I'm like, Ghislaine, do you not remember that you white? I don't know if she ain't looked at herself in the mirror in a few months. I don't know. They probably ain't got no mirror in there. You know, glass. You know, she was on suicide watch. So they probably had to they probably had to make sure she wasn't gonna bust out no glass and, you know, slit her wrist, slit her throat. But and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Ghislaine been in there ratting out folks, cause I'm gonna click right here, but I've got a long list. Let me see something right here. Yeah, this extract, a long list of folks that were all of a sudden found over the past 6 months. All these children, 200 arrests, 27 missing children, 45 missing, 11, 35, 39, 25. You know, they just been finding all these kids all of a sudden. Couldn't find nobody beforehand. Couldn't find a single soul. And she went to jail, all of a sudden, they start finding folk left and right. I think she's doing a little rat out. So, that's what I believe she's doing in there. But her coming up with this nonsense is really, I can't even say it's shocking anymore. I'd be lying to you to say it's shocking. Because, bud, since March 16th of 2020, we have been in an alternate dimension. That's all there is. I mean, the multiverse of madness. That's just all there is to it, bud. But the grand jury was impaneled in White Plains, New York instead of Manhattan due to COVID restrictions. The virus that should not be named, and I named it. Oh, that's bad for your channel. That's all I'm saying. But lawyers said it's mean non-whites were unrepresented. I'm not underrepresented. Because that's what we needed. Because I don't know, in that area, they got the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff doing marches saying white folk are evil. So what do you mean you want black folk? What do you mean you want more black folk in there? That's what I don't get. If they've been pushing it this whole time that all the white folk are evil, you figured that you'd be all right with the all-white jury. That's what would make sense to me. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But she's trying to use this claim that with them being all white, they're going to be a little bit too harsh on her. But I don't see how that's the case. I mean, that's all I'm saying, man. They're just going to go off the facts, man. And the fact is that you helped Jeffrey Epstein rape a whole bunch of young kids. I mean, that's just all he is. You ran some sex trafficking. That's just all there is to it. That's the facts of the matter, okay? So this was number 1 on the list. This defense right here is almost as poor, not quite, but almost as poor as the woman Candace Barber saying that she couldn't have had sex with that 15-year-old because she's too short. Girl, you sit on his crotch. Come on now, we got to do better than that. So, like I said, this is the first thing of the 5 things that pissed me off last week. All right, number 2 on the list of 5 things that pissed me off last week. This one right here, it's just. I keep finding more and more head scratchers. That's it, bud. San Diego Zoo gorillas to get coof vax after outbreak. The zoo in San Diego. The gorillas got the coof. The virus that shall not be named. I mean, what are we talking about? Really? How'd they get the coof? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, did somebody bring the convict in there to them? Why are we checking the gorillas for the convict? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We checking everything for the convict, Bo. If you can move, I wonder if we out there now. Here's my question: did they give it the nasal swab, or did we get Chinese with it and give it a little anal swab? Let me know. How'd you get down with the gorilla? I mean, this thing right here beat you to death. That's all I'm saying. Brute strength. You in there trying to swab that thing. You done got like that thing done knocked you from here to hell, bud. That's all I'm saying. Now, they straight up, without a doubt, are gonna give them the coof vaccine. I'm like, do you think the gorilla might be all right afterwards? You know what I'm saying? And if they're infected with the virus, wouldn't that mean they would have some type of immunity afterwards? And they wouldn't need the coof vaccine? That's what I'm talking about. Folks gonna talk to me about science and all this stuff, and about oh man, you need to trust the expert. What I need to trust one for? Man, I don't see them doing nothing that seems to be intelligent at all. That's what I'm saying. But there's some folk out there that want this jab. Now, I mean, that's your business if you want it. Me personally, I don't even want to look at it. Man, if you pull the vial out, man, you might get swung on. That's all I'm saying. You go over there just anywhere. You go to CVS and they pull that vial out of the deep freeze back there. They about freeze their arm off pulling the vial out. Might get swung on. Man, put that thing up. What's wrong with you? I don't want that shit. Be just like that. But the gorilla gonna get it. And they already got the coof. That's what I'm trying to figure out about. They got the coof. And and look, from what I'm seeing, they said they're on their way to a full recovery. Well, if the gorilla's gonna fully recover, what the hell does it need a jab for? What kind of experiment we're running? But this is an experiment. That's all it is. That's all I can see. I mean, but, I mean, that's what I don't get. Now it says right here that, that Winston, who was an elderly silverback gorilla, was given a monoclonal antibody therapy, which is also not permitted for human use. So, but the gorilla, how does the gorillas get better treatment than humans do? They can figure out what to do for this animal in the zoo quicker than they can figure out what to do anything for you. And the gorilla be alright. You see what I'm saying, man? But this is nonsense, bud. Now, now they were talking about the specialists been concerned about him due to his advanced age and other medical conditions, including heart disease and pneumonia. Bud. I mean, oh my goodness, bud. Can y'all pick up what I'm putting down here? Bud, the gorillas get a faster, quicker, better treatment than you do, okay? Because you know what happens when you get the coof? You know what they do for you? They do this exactly. Sir, you have the coof. Have a good day. That's it, man. You don't get prescribed a pill. They don't send you no ointment to rub on yourself. They don't send you nothing to put the sniff or nothing, man. But the gorilla get the utmost treatment. Oh, the gorilla gonna be good. Let's give him a jab afterwards too, even though he's recovering. Waste a jab. Even though they ain't used the jab on the gorillas. You see what I'm saying? So this pissed me off, but I mean, it got me heated. It got me ill. Cause I'm just like, man, why are we out there swabbing gorillas and stuff? Man, Norway swabbing minks. Folk worried about a bird. People worried about something else. A squirrel. Man, does a squirrel have it? Swab that squirrel. Man, stop being crazy. That's all I'm saying. Number 2 on the docket of the things that piss me off. Number 3 on the list of things that pissed me off last week is NYC and its complete failure all the way around the board. Okay, I mean, just utmost failure. I mean, this play. I mean, De Blasio and Cuomo combined are a force to be reckoned with, and they are completely trying to KO the state and especially NYC. Now, right here, NYC prioritized vaxes for teachers to get schools reopened, but the city can't say how many have been jabbed because officials didn't bother to keep track. But don't you think that might be some statistics that you want to keep up with, so you know how many folk been jabbed, who's been jabbed? They ain't got no clue. Now, as for trying to get the prioritize the educators for the vaxes, I'd like to know how old these educators are. That's what I want to know. I mean, if you can give me the roundabout age of all of them, then we might have something to talk about. Oh, whether now this ain't got to do with efficacy, whatever the vax. We're gonna say that the vax is 94% effective. We're just gonna go off that premise. But if the average age of the teachers was like 40, you know what I'm saying? Then they shouldn't have been in line to get their jab. But it's the older folks that's getting KO'd. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, man, there ain't no teachers wanting to go back to work. Man, they want zero coof in the schools. Man, if you can't guarantee me that zero coof is it's just not safe enough to go back and teach. Never mind everybody who's been having to go work at grocery store, Walmart, me, at a dealership. I've been working since March. I ain't heard nothing about us. Am I a hero? Hell no. I just went and did my job. That's it. Ain't a hero with nothing. Man, we just putting everybody hero status because they go do their job. You know what I'm saying? Dang, Bo, you talk about a hero. I mean, somebody, a burning building. Man ain't got no training. Bust up in there and save somebody's baby. And maybe get killed in the process, but he got the baby out. Saved a lot. Hero. Man, ain't no hero going to work. I mean, come on, man. And these folks, the teachers just need to be straight up. Man, I don't want to look at your badass kids. I don't want to see them. But NYC, but they can't even keep account. They like, oh, man, it's just too tough for us to keep account right now. Man, we just got to jab whoever we can jab. And of course, Cuomo, he had like 23,000 doses just go bad, man. They just like, well, I don't know who to give these to, man. Some of these teachers don't want it. I don't know what to do. That's like, but is everybody just walk around like a zombie lost, waiting for somebody to hold their hand and take them to the next aisle? You know what I'm saying? Come over here, little child. Come with me. You know what I'm saying? And now they said that from what they see right here, on January 11th, one day after Chancellor Carranza's teacher vax announcement, the UFT said that 17,000 teachers requested the shot within 24 hours of its announced availability. And that's the last figure reported by either the Union or Gotham City Hall. So there it is, bud. I mean, after that, they ain't got no clue. They don't know who came and got them, when they got them, if they gave them away. I mean, they don't know nothing. But, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out, bud. Hey, the shift people are running ain't tight at all. It's a real loose shift, okay? And I mean, and the shift needs to be tightened up. Now, New York, they ain't got no problem, threatening, right here, officials threaten residents with involuntary convict quarantine if they don't self-quarantine, so they ain't got they'll figure out that. They'll know exactly how many people they got. They'll know when they need to come get you. But they ain't got no clue how many folk they jabbing. They just throwing jabs out there. Well, I know I had 17,000 asked for it. I don't know how many of those got it. But I mean, the city has 75,000 classroom teachers and another 25,000 unionized staffers. And no one seems to know how many of them have actually been inoculated. So we just got folks walking around blind, ain't got a clue what's happening, and then they gonna come look at me and be like, "Oh man, you need to trust some data and some science." But y'all can't even keep a count. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even go back to, kindergarten level math. Just adding up a few numbers. Okay, let's just keep up with how many people has came in and gotten the shot. Y'all can't even do that. And you gonna look at me and talk about, oh, trust me, we're the experts. My ass. Number 3 on the list of things that piss me off. On number 4 of this list of things that piss me off, we're gonna go outside the states on this, on something I seen. And this is from Australia, the Aussies, in a place called Perth. It's Perth. But Perth, they go into lockdown after new case is detected in hotel worker. Now, this is one new case, okay? This isn't 2,000 new cases all of a sudden. 4,000. Now, they're one of the places that the WHO touts, oh man, great response to COVID. But what they ain't really talked about is what kind of response it is to human rights. You know what I'm saying? But they screwed out there. One person have it, okay? And I don't know how they got it, all right? I mean, I have no idea. And this was outside of that hotel quarantine. So this ain't saying that folks out there ain't got it. Man, when you go back in there, but they'd be locking you up in a hotel and stuff. One window, can't come out. It's that kind of crazy stuff. Now they dropping right into a 5-day hard lockdown after this one was found. And that's the premier, Mark McGowan. He said we got to lock her down because it's too much. Now, when's the craziness going to end? You see what I'm saying? Australia, you painted yourself in the corner. New Zealand, you're painted in the corner. Because you see, lockdowns work. So anytime we see one case outside of it, sorry businesses, shut down. I mean, sorry schools, shut down. They be sending everybody home. But you be an authoritarian place for the rest of your life. Y'all be trying to duck and dodge the coof. You see, they ain't cured nothing. Their borders are closed. And they also ain't distributing no vaxes, because I don't know if y'all remember that one video I made. The vaxes they had out there, Bo, somebody came out with a little positivity. And it wasn't for the coof, it was for the HIV. And they said, oh, it was a false positive of HIV. I'm like, what the hell y'all testing for HIV after the coof shot? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what your boy's trying to figure out. Now they say right here, now they supposed to be, oh man, we'll show y'all how to get it done. This how you do it. Now all of a sudden they back in lockdown for 5 days. Residents will only be allowed to leave their homes for 4 essential reasons: work or study, exercise, to shop, for essentials, and for healthcare. So I just want you to remember this. Australia, at any point in time, you'd be moseying right along, and then boom, you have to go right back into a full lockdown. And then masks are also being made mandatory in the state when people leave their home. There it is, bud. Now you got to put this damn diaper back on your face. This dish rag. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is collecting germs in that thing. And I'm like, dang, bud. And of course, they thinking it's the UK variant. Oh, but if it's the UK variant and that thing done slipped out in Australia, buyer beware. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing supposedly 70% more contagious. And the whole thing of Australia, y'all be put right back in a full lockdown again. So you see what I'm saying, man? People that come out here, oh, look at how much of a success they are. Oh, well, look at Canada. They've been successful. I said, oh, it's a police state. Australia, it's a police state. UK, it's a police state. That's because folks ain't got no weapons. That's what I've been trying to tell people, bud. Once they come in and they take your weaponry, which I think Canada still has. I know they were doing something with assault rifles. But once they take your weaponry, then it makes it easier for the government to control you and do whatever they want to do. Because you know why? Their goons have got weapons. They send the police out there to you. Because you know why? The police ain't nothing but order followers. They don't care about you or your life. Stop listening to these people tell, oh man, I care about your safety. Man, golf. You know what I'm saying? Shoot them the bird. Maybe double bird them. Man, you don't care about me. Man, you just following orders. You know who else just follow orders? I ain't gonna jump into it. There's this place, You know, Germany, I mean, they have folks just following orders. It led to a whole bunch of folk getting killed off. That's all I'm saying. So this is number 4 on the list. But you ain't safe from the lockdown, okay? You think you'll be doing all right, and then they just throw your life right into hell. You know what I'm saying? Be one day you okay? Oh, we found a case outside of the hotel quarantine, so we gotta lock everything down, close your business up. Dang, bossy, I gotta lose revenue for 5 days now. Come on now. That's all I'm saying. Cause you know what they got? Essential. It better be essential. And yeah, they get to determine what's essential. So number 4 on the list of things that piss me off. Now last, but definitely not least, of the 5 things. Black Lives Matter nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. You can't be serious. I mean, somebody has to be on that high level, high grade of crack cocaine. BLM nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Now, if it was the Nobel Mostly Peaceful Prize, I mean, if it was the Nobel how much damage could you do to private property prize, if it was something like that, then Bo, I could get down with them being nominated. But to nominate them for the prize of peace, Bo, we don't. But this can't be serious, bud. And it looks like that. Who's this? Peter Ede, which is a Norwegian member of Parliament who represents the Socialist Left Party. Well, thank God that the Socialist Left Party stuck his name in there. That's all I'm saying. The Party of Socialism, Marxist Party. Oh, oh, I love me a little BLM. Oh, yeah. Now, he says right here that he worried about the increasing conflict based on inequality. And there is some inequality out there, but there's always been inequality. And for somebody to think that they're going to end that is ignorant. But it ain't got nothing to do with you being black or white. Alright? Ain't got nothing to do with that. But he says BLM has become a very important worldwide movement to fight racial injustice. They have had a tremendous achievement in raising global awareness and consciousness about racial injustice. You're right, sir. They have had a tremendous achievement. Let me name some of their achievements. Washington Post estimates that police made 14,000 arrests in 49 cities during protests. 9 people were killed while participating in BLM protests. I mean, boy. Here's another one. At least 1 billion to 2 billion of paid insurance claims because of the insurrection. And yes, I'm going to say it, the insurrection from BLM protest. So when he went up here and he said these words right here, they have had a tremendous achievement, he won't lying about it. Man was spot on. But he won't spot on with the words afterwards. Okay? They achieved something that ain't nobody did in a long time, which is tear a whole bunch of shit up, cause some chaos, and demonize a whole bunch of white folk that ain't did nothing to nobody. That's what he did. Now look, bud. I mean, Colors, she admitted that they straight up are trained Marxists. Hey, yeah, we're trained Marxists. And everybody's like, okay, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I could care less. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with us, man? Man, man, the more and more I look around, I think people want to be in communism. That way it'll give them an out. Well, the government told me to do it, so I ain't got much of a choice. That way they can't blame none of their failures on themselves, okay? It can be somebody else's fault. That's what it is. People want to out, because most people are punks, and we got a lot of failures walking around. Ain't even trying to do better. You know what I'm saying? So if the government controls all of it, good. That way they can't throw it back on my plate. That way I won't be embarrassed. I can say, well, it's the government's fault because they control our lives pretty much. So I mean, it's not a whole lot I can do. That's what folks want to be in. And for this dude to nominate BLM for a Nobel Peace Prize, but my God, man, what's the likelihood of them winning it? I want to know what y'all think the percentages are. I say probably 80 to 90%. Man, the way stuff going, man, it's full woke, bud. Folk are woke. They woke out their shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are that woke. And I got a feeling that BLM mess around, get a Nobel Peace Prize, and it just be stupid. And the problem is that BLM don't do nothing for no black folk. Dang, man, they raised like $10 billion. I want to know where all the establishments are at that they have that they built to help these low income kind of impoverished areas as far as black communities. You know what I'm saying? How many tablets are you getting out to the black students who are having a little bit of a hard time? Maybe they got some parents that are having to work a couple jobs, ain't quite got enough money to get them a tablet so they can do their school work. I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you out here funding the Democratic Party? You know what I'm saying? Funding a whole bunch of white folk. So, funding a Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? So, man, don't come to me with the nonsense and get Nobel Peace Prize off the screen, bud. Nobel mostly peaceful prize. Nobel, we tear a lot of shit up prize. Nobel, we ain't shit prize. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of 5 Things That Piss Me Off. Leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. As always, like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I post in the future. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.